right? We're gonna jump right into it. Bring it out. All right. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much respect to the brothers labor worldwide, and hearty salutation and hearty shalom to the believers out there who's believing on the words of Yahweh Shai in truth and sincerity. Hey, Yahweh Shai has granted me mercy to be out here again to bring out this word, man. All right, because this word is precious in these days. This word is going to be very, very precious in these days. You know, the elders, the apostles, all the live streams, right, are being blocked. You know, you're not getting any alerts, and you must seek the Lord Yahweh Shai while He may be found. Right? Let's go get that. All right, because you know, it's the ministry of the prophets is wrapping up, man. It's wrapping up. You know, and it's a beautiful thing because everything happens in its own time and its own season. All right. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 55 and verse 6. Seek ye the Lord, Yahweh Shai, while He may be found. Call upon Him while He is near. And right now, He's being ready to be able to be found right now, man. You know, got brothers now going into overdrive, man, putting in lessons every day, sometimes twice a day, man. That's the spirit of the Lord. We know everything is controlled by Yahweh Shai. So that's the spirit of the Lord having this ministry go to the overdrive. All right, you know, they're locking down California. You know, they locking down Illinois, locking down Ohio, locking down New York. Why is these things happening? Well, the ministry of the prophets is wrapping up, man. All right, the ministry of Yahweh Shai is wrapping up, man, and the doors are closing. Let's read this again. This is Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 6. Seek ye the Lord Yahweh Shai while He may be found. Call upon Him while He is near. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. Let him return unto the Lord Yahweh Shai, and He will have mercy upon him. Yeah, man. It's going to be mercy upon you if you return to Yahweh Shai. All right? If you believe. All right? Now, there's certain things go with believing, but if you believe, guess what? He's going to have mercy on you. All right? It reads, and He will have mercy upon him and to our power, for He will abundantly pardon. Yeah. He's going to give you pardon from all your wickedness that you've done, man. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for mercy, man. He says, seek Him while He may be found. Because guess what? The time is coming short, man. All right? These scriptures are going to be fulfilled. All right? Let's go to the book of Amos. It's going to happen. Thus say Yahweh Shai. All right? Amos, chapter 8. As soon as I get it, Salakia. Come on, Bible. Amos chapter 8 and verse 11. Behold, the day is come, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shai, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst of water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh Shai. So this famine is coming up, man, and hearing these words, man. You better get it while it's hot, as they would say in the world, right? It says, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. Yeah, you got scoffers coming on to the apostles' comment board right now, asking serious-minded questions. Guess what? Go buy and sell to those who sell it, man. Because when the word was presented to you, you scoffed and you mocked at it. So hell no, you ain't gonna get it now. That's your lap. And that's what the scriptures say, man. All right, let's read this again. Behold, this is Amos, chapter 8 and verse 11. Behold, the day is come, saith the Lord God, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst of water, but of hearing the words of the Lord Yahweh Shah. All right? And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. In that day shall the fair virgins and the young men faint for thirst. Yeah, you trying to get this living water, it's not going to be open to you anymore. You don't go into the live stream and look for brothers, and guess what? The page is not going to be in there anymore. Internet is going to be shut down, man. That's how Yahweh Shah allowed this word to go forth throughout all the land, right? Let's get that in Matthew. He allowed this word to go forth throughout all the land. He said, what? And then the end was going to come, right? And through the Spirit, we believe, man, that the elect is almost sealed, all right? Or these things won't be taking place. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, right? He that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel, right, of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. So guess what? This gospel has been preached around all the world, man. So the end is being made manifest rapidly and quickly, like it tell you in the scriptures, like a woman in travail, right? Let's go to the book, because this ain't gonna be here for long, man. All right, let's go to Ezekiel. Matter of fact, let's go to 1 Samuel. And we'll jump back at Ezekiel. 1 Samuel, right? First Samuel chapter 3 and verse 1. And the child Samuel ministered unto the Lord before Eli. And the word of the Lord Yahweh Shah was precious in those days. There was no open vision. Yeah, there's not going to be an open vision anymore. You're not going to be able to go and inquire of the apostles on this question, man, to understand this breakdown. Why? Because you weren't being diligent trying to seek Yahweh Shah early while he may be found. All right? Let me check something right quick. All right. We good. Hey, shalom, everybody. Shalom. Oh, damn. Beautiful piece up. Hanan Yasharallah, I as nation helper. It says Romans 7. It's like Romans 2 and 7. To them who patient seek, to them by patience continually and well-doing seek for glory and honor and immortality, eternal life. Yeah, that's what we're doing in patience and well-doing. We're trying to seek who? Yahweh Shah, so we can have eternal life, man. That's what it's all about, man. Getting saved from this destruction, having mercy presented to us, right? So this is Samuel, 1 Samuel 3 and 1 again. And the child Samuel ministered unto the Lord before Eli. And the word of the Lord Yahweh Shah was precious in those days. There was no open vision. Yeah, and that's what we're coming into. The word of the Lord Yahweh Shah is going to be precious, man. All right? You're not going to be able to go here and go there to get your entertainment anymore. All right? The ministry of the prophets is wrapping up, man. All right? The ministry of Yahweh Shah is wrapping up. And it's doing it rapidly, man. All right? Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 3. I'm going to start at verse 17. It says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. So that's why we've been out here, to give our people warning, man. Yahweh Shah has put a spirit on us to give our people warning, man. All right? And it ain't just by having chance. Once again, man goings of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? So he's put men out here All right, started with our apostles and elders on down. Been doing this for 35 years, man. Hadn't took a day off, man. All right, hadn't took a weekend off, man. This been their life, man. All right, and he put the spirit on them to still be on fire to this day, man. You look at the leaders of these other congregations, man. They don't go out and teach like the apostles and elders do, man. They're not putting their body on the line for a living sacrifice, man. All right. So you look at the example that's set before you, and you try and continue in that example as long as it's your lot, as long as it's according to the will of Yahweh Shah. All right? So he's put these men out here, all right, been teaching his word faithfully, diligently, seeking the Lord Yahweh Shah. All right? And this ministry, right, is being wrapped up. All right? This family of the word is going to hit, and it's going to be all of a sudden, man. You're going to pop up. You're going to try and get on the internet one day, and guess what? Internet going to be through, man. All right? All you Facebookers, right? All you Instagrammers, right? Guess what? That shit going to be done away with, man. All right? Thus said Yahweh Shah. All right? So this is Ezekiel 3:17 again. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to give you warning. All right, let's jump down to verse 22. And the hand of the Lord was there upon me, and he said unto me, arise, go forth into the plain, and I will walk, and I will there talk with thee. Then I arose and went forth into the plain, and behold, the glory of the Lord stood there, as the glory which I saw by the river of Chebar. And I fell on my face. Then the Spirit entered into me and set me upon my feet and spake with me and said unto me, go, shut thyself in thine house. And that's what it's going to be, man. It's the Spirit of Yahweh Shah is going to tell us, go shut you up in your house, man. All right? But thou, O son of man, behold, they shall put bands upon thee and shall bind thee with them, and thou shalt not go out among them. Yo, we're not going to be out here anymore. All right? When those doors close, we're not going to be out here anymore. All right? And I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, and thou shalt be dumb, and thou shalt not be to them a reprover. That's what we're supposed to come out here and do, right? Matter of fact, let's go get that. We'll jump back. Let's go to Isaiah. All right? Isaiah chapter 58. We're no longer going to be a reprover. All right? We're no longer going to be able to let you know what's going on. All right? This is the book of Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people, right, their transgression. That's you being a reprover. All right? And the house of Jacob, their sins. Yet they seek me daily and delight to know my ways, as a nation that did righteousness and forsook not the ordinances of their power. They ask of me the ordinance of justice. They take delight in approaching to power. And that's what's going to happen, man. Our people are going to soon take delight to approaching the words of Yahweh Shah. As the ministry of the prophets has went on, guess what, man? It's been a lot of Israelites who've woken up, man. Some to everlasting contempt, some to everlasting life. All right? Let's go back. This is Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 26. And I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb, and that thou shalt be to them, shall not be to them a reprover. For they are a rebellious house. But when I speak with thee, I will open thy mouth, and thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord. And that's how we speaking, man. Thus saith the Lord. But you're not seeking Yahweh Shah while he may be found, man. All right? And he's going to laugh at your calamity, man. He's going to mock you when your fear comes. Right? Let's go get there. Let's go to the book of Proverbs. Right? This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 20. Wisdom crieth without. She uttered her voice in the streets. Yeah, wisdom is uttering her voice in the streets, man. All right? She cried in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gate. In the city she uttered her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in the scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Yeah, these fools hate the knowledge of the Yahweh Shah. And guess what? These scorners now, man, they're now coming into the comment board asking, what's this breakdown? What's that breakdown? Can you give me understanding on this? Hell no. Because you was scorning, when you was backbiting, right? When you was blaspheming, guess what? You had a chance to get the word in, man. And you choose to go the other way. All right? Yahweh Shah wrote in your story that you would be a scorner, man. That you would be a scoffer. All right? Let's check this comment board right quick. Right? Hey, Shalom. Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, the Kakadash Baruch Atah. Shalom. Alright, good. Alright, and Lord willing, I'll come back and read some of the brother's scriptures. Alright? This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, and verse 21 again. She cried in the chief place of concourse, in the opening of the gate, in the city she uttered her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in the scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit upon you. I will make known my words unto you. You see that? Yahweh Shah is making these words known unto the elect of the children of Israel. Those who are going to wake up to everlasting salvation. Matter of fact, let's go get that. All right? Let's go get that right quick. And we'll jump back into Proverbs. It's the book of Daniel. Chapter 12. Bear with me. Daniel chapter 12. And verse 2. Many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake. What does that mean, dust of the earth? Well, you was in a great state of confusion, man. All right? Scriptures tell you how Esau has placed a covering cast over all nations. All right? So, the scripture also tell you that what? This serpent is going to eat the dust. So, he's going to always bring confusion and be in confusion. Right? It says, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and to some to everlasting shame. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament. Right? That's letting your light so shine before men. Okay? And they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. All right? And that's the ministry of the prophets, man. Turning the elect of the children of Israel to righteousness, man. All right? You read that in what? Isaiah 30. Matter of fact, I got to go get it. Isaiah 30, right? This is Isaiah 30 and verse 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thy eyes shall see thy teachers. You see that? Your eyes are going to see your teachers, man. But guess what? The ministry of the prophets, man, is wrapping up. So you got to seek the Lord while he may be found. All right? Going on. Thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, this is the way, walk ye in it, when ye turn to the right hand, and when ye turn to the left. So the people who've heard the words of Yahweh Shah and actually hearken and listen, guess what, man? Salvation is granted unto you, man. As long as you what? Endure to the end, like we read in Matthew. All right? Let's go back to Proverbs. This is Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 23. Turn ye at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit upon you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called, and ye refuse, right? I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. Matter of fact, let's go get a precept. So Yahweh Shah is stretching out his hand through what? Through the ministry of the prophets. It's about to wrap up, man. All right? Since you ain't want to turn to reproof, you ain't want to get reproved, you want to continue to be in your wickedness, right? Let's go to 2nd Ezra. Bear with me. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, and verse 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. See that? Since you want to cast the word, see how about shall behind you. Oh man, I don't want to listen to that dude, man. He don't know what he's talking about. The Lord love everybody. But the scriptures plainly say he only loved the children of Israel. Oh man, everybody can be saved, but the scriptures plainly say only the elect of the children of Israel can be saved. All right? That's you not turning his reproof. That's you casting those words behind you. Let's read this again. Then they shall be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. For such in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and that they have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not but despised it. Yeah, you understood not that you can have everlasting life. You despise the words of Yahweh Shah. So what's there for you? The same must know it after death by pain. And that's what's waiting. Death by pain, man. Thus saith the Holy Bible. All right? Let's go back to Proverbs. Proverbs 1 and 24 again. Because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. Yeah, he's stretching out his hand by the ministry of the prophets. All right, which is slowly wrapping up, man. And it's going to come out of all of us said, right? Let's go to Hosea. Let's go to Hosea 12. Because he's always spoken by the men of the Lord, man. He's not going to come down and actually speak to you, man. When he did that the first time with Moses, right? You said, no, let us speak with you. Because Yahweh Shah is so great and terrible, man. All right? We ain't want to hear those loud thunders. All right? This Hosea, chapter 12 and verse 9. And I am the Lord, Yahweh Shah, thy power. From the land of Egypt will yet make thee to dwell in tabernacles, as in the days of the solemn feast. I have also spoken by the prophets and have slacked. Okay. No, I'm already live. Huh? Okay. All right. Shalom. Salaki. All right. Let's read this again. This is Proverbs. Matter of fact, Salaki. Salakia. Always some, man, when the word coming out, man. Right? Always some. So let's go to the book of Proverbs again. Chapter 1 and verse 24. Because I have called and you refused, And I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. Yeah. Let's go to how Yahweh Shah once again is stretching out his hand. This Hosea chapter 12 and verse 10. I have spoken by the prophets, and I have multiplied visions and used similitudes by the ministry of the prophets. So he's always spoken through men, man. All right, let's get another precept regarding it. Scripture say what? Prove all things. This is Luke chapter 1 and verse 68. Blessed be the Lord power of Israel, for he have visited and redeemed his people, and have raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. So he's speaking through the mouth of his prophets, man, that has been through the world since the world began. That's how he's stretching out that arm. All right? It says, because I have called, and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. Yeah. Since you ain't want to hear the reproof of Yahweh Shah, all right? Because we're not speaking our own words. Guess what? That judgment, you gonna feel it what? Death by pain. All right? It says, I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. Yeah, we're gonna mock when your fear cometh, man. Yahweh Shah is gonna mock when your fear cometh. Right? When your fear cometh as a desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when destruction and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. Yeah. And that's when the ministry of the prophets is totally gone, man. When he tell us to shut up our doors, man, and we're no longer able to go put up lessons on YouTube, man. There's no more outlets, right? Guess what? There's going to be weeping and gnashing of teeth, man. All right? Going on, it says, for they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. They were none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. Therefore, they shall eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. Yeah, man. Go down to Egypt for help, right? Go to this white man to get your understanding, right? Because you ain't want to go with the understanding that Yahweh Shah is bringing out to you through the ministry of his prophets, man. All right? Shalom. You ain't want to go through the understanding of the words of Yahweh Shah, man. All right? And he's going to have a grievous death for you. It says, they were none of my counsel. They despise all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them. Yeah, man. This word in its simplest form is easy to understand to the wise, man. So you to turn away the simple of this Bible, man, right? Guess what? You're going to be destroyed. Thus saith the Holy Scriptures. All right? But whosoever hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from the fear, so like from fear of evil. So if you hearken unto Yahweh Shah, man, guess what? He's going to protect you in these last days, man. All right? You gathering up these treasures in heaven, right? You've been reading. Matter of fact, let's go get that. Let's go to Matthew. Well, you ain't seeking the things of the world. You seeking the will of Yahweh Shah, right? This is the book of Matthew, chapter 6. See where I want to start. Verse 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doeth corrupt, right? And where thieves break in through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasure in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. And that's you seeking the will of Yahweh Shah, man. All right, that's you seeking the Lord first. All right, that's you hearkening and listening to the minister of the prophets, because that's the only way he came and spoke to us. All right, and it's a beautiful thing to be able to be out here once again, man, to bring out his word, man, declaring all the works of Yahweh Shah, man. All right, the good and the bad, man. But the ones who listen and hearken diligently to the words of Yahweh Shah, there's a reward for you. The ones who didn't, there's a reward for you too. All right? Reading on. Let's jump down to verse 33. But seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Take therefore no thought of the morrow, right? For the morrow shall take thought of the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is evil thereof. So don't think if you run out of food, man, when there's quarantine going on, that you need to go out there and do more than what's declared to you, man. Scripture say knowledge and let's go get it. Let's don't talk about it. Let's go get it. Knowledge and wisdom gonna be the stability of your times, man. And that's what comes from you seeking Yahweh Shah while he may be found, right? It's Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is treasure. Yeah, you fearing the Lord by trying to do what he say do, man. We rehearsing these righteous acts. You hearkening to the ministry of the prophets, because that's why he said that's the way he said he was going to do it. Let's go get this, right? It's the way he said he's always did it, man. He's not going to come down and talk with you face to face. He's going to send men. And if you can't, if you don't have spiritual eyes to see, right? You don't have that eye salve, guess what? You're not going to hearken to the minister of the prophets, man. All right? This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 4 and verse 9. I think that the Most High have set forth us, the apostles' last, as it were appointed to death, for we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men, y'all. We are on the highways and byways reading out the Bible, man. We are spectacle, right? We are a spectacle to the men, man. All right, we didn't stop eating pork, right? We didn't stop whoremongering, right? We didn't stop smoking, right? People think that's strange, man. They think it's strange that you don't run with them anymore, right? But guess what? That's Yahweh Shah setting us apart, making us holy unto him, right? That's what he said, we are a holy people, okay? It says, reading again, 1 Corinthians 4 and 9, I think that the Most High have set forth us, the apostles' last, as it were appointed to death, for we are made a spectacle unto the Lord, and to angels, and to men, right? The angels of the Lord are kept around about those who fear him, right? And to men. It says, even unto this present hour, we both hunger. Shalaki. Verse 10. We are fools for Hamashiach's sake, but ye are wise. Yeah, we're going to be fools for Hamashiach's sake. We're going to go out here and present our bodies as a living sacrifice, and we'll get there next. All right? Let's go ahead and hold that on deck. Right? We're made fools for Hamashiach's sake, so you can be wise. So you can have this covering of the scriptures, man. So you can dwell in this secret place. All right? It says, we are weak, but ye are strong. Ye are honorable, but we are despised. And guess what? We're despised out here on these highways and byways, man. Folks say, oh, you got on the dress, man. You're reading out the white man book. Well, guess what? It's not the white man book, man. Just like everything they took in our heritage and flipped it back and gave it back to you, remixed and broken down wrong. All right? It says, we are fools for Hamashiach's sake, but ye are wise in Hamashiach. We are weak, but ye are strong. Ye are honorable, but we are despised. Even unto this present hour, we both hunger and thirst, and are naked, and are buffeted, and have no certain dwelling place. Yeah, man, this place is not our rest, man. All right, we have no certain dwelling place here, man. We're longing for this place to be destroyed, man. Why? So we can be in our kingdom. All right, and that's why we come out here every week. You know, sometimes twice a week. You know, putting up lessons throughout the week. Why? So we make our calling and election sure, so we can help, you know, through the ministry, wake up the elect of the children of Israel, and so this place can be destroyed, man. All right? These are the things that's required of the ministers and the teachers. But once again, the prophet and the ministers and the teachers is slowly coming to a close. That ministry is coming to a close, man. All right? Let's go to Romans chapter 12 and verse 1. I beseech you, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that you present yourselves, right? Salaki. Let's start this again. This is Romans chapter 12 and verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice. Yeah, it's mercy to come out here, man. It's mercy to be able to come out here and teach this word. It's mercy to be able to understand this word, right? That you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. Yeah, man, this is our reasonable service, man. All right, the being able to go into these scriptures, man, and understand and give understanding to the hopeful elect of the children of Israel. That's mercy, right? It says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, right? That ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. So you got to renew your mind, man. You got to understand who you are according to these scriptures. Because he ain't coming back to say no nigga. He ain't coming back to say no bad bitch, right? He ain't coming back to say, he only coming to say the Israelites. And those who know they're Israelites and practicing in the ways of being an Israelite. All right? That's all the ones he's coming to say, man. All right? Everybody else is going to be burnt away. Period. And the ones that don't be burnt away, guess what? The elite, the Bilderbergs, the Oppenheimers, guess what? You're going to be first fruits of slavery, man. All right? And your first job is going to be to bury all those dead bodies. Read this again. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. For I say, though the grace given unto me to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think. Yeah, we just vessels, man. Yahweh Shah could have raised up a rock, man, to bring out this word, man. But he chose lowly men, right? Base men of the world, right, to bring out his word, man, so he could be glorified. Because it's all about Yahweh Shah, man. Point blank, period. It says, for I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according as the Most High have dealt to every man the measure of faith. Yeah, he dealt to every man a measure of faith, man. All right, and if you lacking in faith in these last days, pray for more faith, man. All right, pray for more understanding, man. All right, if you just heard this word and you realize you an Israelite, man, and the doors are closing, man, pray that he give you quick understanding, man. All right, so you can have this wisdom and understanding to keep you stable in these last days, man. All right, it says, for as we have many members in one body, and all members have not the same office. Yeah, all members are not going to have the same office. You're going to have helpers, you're going to have teachers, you're going to have prophets, right? And that's how Yahweh Shah set it up, man. All right? You have to be rooted and grounded in the word in these last days, man. All right? Let's go to the book of Thessalonians, right? Second Thessalonians, chapter 2 and verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. What day has got to come, right? The day of us being liberated from this hell, man. That's the day we're looking forward to, all right? But it won't come until we fell away from our heritage. Read that in what? Jeremiah 17, right? We fell away from our heritage. And then guess what? He gave us back pieces of our heritage, right? Through men, right? For us to wake up to who we are according to the scriptures, right? And then what? Then those men went to reveal that wicked man, the son of perdition, right? It says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things? Right? So how are you going to remember that he's told you these things? By the Comforter, which is these scriptures, man. All right? But you have to have a man of understanding that Yahweh Shai set up to break these things down to you. Right? It says, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now ye know that withholding that he might be revealed at his time. And guess what? It's the time that he's been revealed, and now it's the time, what? Of all things now to readily be fulfilled. You read that in Luke, right? So the measure of the prophets is wrapping up. And once again, it's just the time, right? Matter of fact, let's go get there. There's a time and a place for everything, man. All right? He said he appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Let's go get that first. Let's go to the book of Job, chapter 14. All right? This is Job 14 and verse 5. Seeing his days are determined, and the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. There's a time, right? He appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. And guess what? Esau time is wrapping up, man. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, his time is wrapping up, man. Right? Let's go to Ecclesiastes. Right? Chapter 3 and verse 1. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under heaven. It's a time to every purpose under heaven, man. It's a time for the men to be out on the highways and byways bringing out the word. It's a time for them to not be out, right? It's a time for Esau to be in rulership, and it's a time for his ass to be cast down, right? Jumping down, verse 6, a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away. We're trying to, through the Spirit, gather in the elect of the children of Israel and casting away the undesirables, man. It ain't no more going back and forth. If you can't get it with all this knowledge increasing, guess what? You out of here, right? A time to rend and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak. So it's coming up a time to go keep silent, man. Right? Right now we're in a time to speak. All right? And that's the spirit of Yahweh Shai, man. When Esau come down with great, matter of fact, let's go get it. When he come down with great wrath, man, you think the man of the Lord gonna be out here teaching? Hell no. He already said he's gonna tell you to go in your house, shut the door, and have your tongue cleave to your mouth. And he's going to do that, man. Just like he shut the doors, right? Matter of fact, let's go get that right quick before we read this in Revelation. Let's go get that in Genesis, right? Because it was the Lord that shut the door, man. Right? Genesis 9. Genesis 6. Bear with me. Dang. It's locked. Bear with me. We find this precept. Let me look it up right quick. Salaki. Genesis 7. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 7, and I don't see how it's read over there. Chapter 7 and verse 16, and they went in, male and female of all flesh, and the Most High, as the Most High had commanded him. And the Lord shut the door. So the Lord's going to shut the door on this spiritual ark, man. You're no longer going to be able to hear the words of the prophets, man. All right? You're going to have to go to them that say it. All right? You're going to have to, those foolish 5 virgins, man, who didn't keep this oil, right? You're just going to be caught out there. All right? It's Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, and verse 15, and it plays out over and over and over again. 3 and 15, that which have been is now, and that which is to be have already been. And the Most High require that which is past. So the Most High is requiring that which is past, man. Just like he shut those doors before, guess what? He's going to shut them again. All right? Thus said Yahweh shall shot. Point blank period, man. All right? This is Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. The thing that have been is that which shall be, and that which shall be done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. It's like
How things going?
perfect. Perfect.
If you get done, bro, come to the gas station where we started at.
Okay.
All right.
Let's read this again. This is Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. The thing that have been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done, it is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. Yeah. So when the Lord closed the doors on the ark the first time, he's going to close the doors on the ark again, man. All right, this spiritual ark. I ain't got it. Robert got it. Robert got it. It says, let's read this again. The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything whereof where it may be said, see, this is new? It hath already been of old time, which before thee? Yeah. So there's nothing new under the sun, man. things play itself out over and over again. You back in your same lot, man. If you was that scoffer who scoffed against David, right? Guess what? You back in that same lot. And you are the house of Saul, right? You're not going to be able to come and get understanding from the Lord Yahweh Shah anymore, man. Point blank, period. And that's how the Lord works, man. He doesn't give you a new game plan, man. Right? He presents everything in his own time. All right? So the ministry of the prophets is wrapping up. Let's go to the book of Proverbs. Right? And y'all can't see it, but matter of fact, let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can flip this screen. Well, BPD just pulled up, right? Now he pulling out. I wish there was a way I could flip the screen and show it to you. But see, just like Elder Manat Zakbar was going into yesterday, man, these folks out here scared, man. That's why they seeking a vision of the prophets, man. But it's not going to be a vision anymore pretty soon, right? Let's go back. Man, I wish I could flip that screen and show you. But it's all good. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 8. And verse 32. Now therefore hearken unto me, ye children, for blessed are they that keep my ways. You hear that? Blessed are the ways who's been hearkening to the words of Yahweh Shah to try and keep his ways, to try and rehearse the righteous acts, right? It says, blessed are they that keep thy ways, keep my ways, like it. Hear instruction and be wise, and refuse it not. Blessed is the man that heareth me, right? Watching daily at my gates, waiting at the post of my doors, man. You hear that? Blessed are you watching daily, right? You going into these prophecies, you trying to make your calling and election sure. You say you're blessed because you have the fear of the Lord. You seeking him wholeheartedly, right? Let's read this again. Blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the post of my doors. Yeah, man. All right, and that's all the believers out there. And the men who was out there sighing and crying for all the abomination, right? Let's go to Ezekiel. Let's go to Ezekiel 9. Ezekiel chapter 9. And verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem. Now Jerusalem is a city, right? Before I was slacking. Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. Through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Right? So the men has been out here through the ministry of the prophets, through the ministry of Yahweh Shah, been sighing and crying to what? To give the elect of the children of Israel that tawah, right? Through the spirit. So you got angels, even on the live streams, man. When you hear the word of salvation, guess what? They putting that tawah on you. That is exempt from judgment, right? It says, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men that were before the house. And that's how it's going to work, man. This word is going to be ministered. The elect is going to be sealed. And then the destruction is going to come. Matter of fact, let's go get that. Let's go to Revelation. Right? Revelation 7. In verse 1. And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, right? That they should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea. What is that 4 winds? Well, that's the destructive power. That's the thermonuclear missiles. Let's prove that. Let's go to Jeremiah. Through that precepts I get understanding, right? Precept upon precept. This is Jeremiah. This is that destroying wind, right? Chapter 51 and verse 1. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind. That destroying wind is those thermonuclear missiles, man. When this place is burnt up, right? Back in Revelation 7 and 1. And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, and to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. See that? And that's why we out here, man. That's the ministry of the prophets, man. Bring out this word so the elect of the children of Israel can be sealed, man. And that's it. Right? Let's go to the book of 2nd Ezra. Because that's what we out here for, man. But the time is closing. The time is getting short. The minutes of the prophets is almost wrapped up. You got to seek Yahweh Shah while he may be found. You got to call upon him while he is near. Right? This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 8. And I'm going to start at verse 8. In this also thou art marvelous before the Most High, and that thou hast humbled thyself. Then we have to humble ourselves to realize that Christianity was false doctrine, to realize Muslim was false doctrine, to realize Catholicism was false doctrine. Then we have to humble ourselves, right? And that thou hast humbled thyself as it becometh thee, and how has not judged thyself worthy to be much glorified among the righteous. Yeah, man, our righteousness is as filthy rags, right? We just hoping for mercy, right? We prisoners of hope. It says, but understand thou for thyself. Yeah, understand for yourself, right? Scripture say what? Let's go get it. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, right? Philippians. It's the book of Philippians. Chapter 2 and verse 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. See that? For it is the Most High which worketh in you both to the will and to do his good pleasure. See, it's the will of Yahweh Shah, man. It's not of our own will, right? To work out your own salvation, man. That's the spirit that he put on everyone who's listening to the words of Yahweh Shah in truth and sincerity. Everyone who's teaching the words of Yahweh Shah in truth and sincerity. That's the will that he's put on you. That's the spirit that he's put in you, right? Read this again. 2nd Ezra chapter 8 and verse 49. And that thou hast humbled thyself as it becometh thee, and hast not judged thyself worthy to be much glorified among the righteous. For many great miseries shall be done to them that dwell in the latter time. For many great miseries shall be done to them in the latter time that dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. Right? But understand thou for thyself, and seek out the glory for such be like thee. And that's what we're doing. We're seeking out the glory for such to be like us, man, who can actually hear these words and comprehend, right? To the wise of the people. We read in Daniel that you know what? Let's go back to Daniel. We read in Daniel 12:4 that many is going to be woken up out of the dust, some to everlasting contempt, and some to everlasting life, right? Let's go back to Daniel. Daniel 12, I believe I'm on is 10. Daniel 12 and 10. It's like, come on. This is Daniel chapter 12 and verse 10. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the wise of our people who can understand these words, comprehend them, man, and be built up in the scriptures and be able to teach to other like-minded brothers, right? But once again, hey man, this ministry is wrapping up, man. You got to seek the Lord while he may be found, right? Going on, back in 2nd Ezra 8 and verse 51 again, but understand thou for thyself, and seek out the glory for such be like thee. Such be as, seek out the glory for such as be like thee. For unto you is paradise open, and the tree of life is planted, and the time is prepared. Plenteousness is made ready. A city is built. What is that city, man? It's the kingdom of heaven, right? And rest is allowed. Yo, this is not our rest, man, right? We have no certain dwelling place here, right? It says, for unto you is paradise open. The tree of life is planted. The time to come is prepared. Plenteousness is made ready. A city is builded, and rest is allowed. Yea, perfect goodness and wisdom. The root of evil is sealed up from you. Weakness and the moth is hid from you, and corruption is fled into hell to be forgotten. You see that? Then we read, where you lay up treasures in the kingdom of heaven where neither rust nor moth can get them, right? It says, sorrows are past, and the end is shown the treasure of immortality, right? Sorrows are past, and in the end is showed the treasure of immortality, right? That's what we striving for. We striving for this immortality, man, right? And therefore, ask no more questions concerning multitude of them that perish, right? We're not worried about those that perish, man. We're only inquiring on the elect of the children of Israel. Let's get another precept. I ain't got nothing, bro. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 12. I'm going to start at verse 36. Thou hast been meet to know this secret of the highest. Yo, this word is a secret, man. It ain't for everybody. Right? We're only looking for what? The wise of the people. It says, therefore, let's start this again. 2nd Ezra 12 and 36. Thou hast been meet to know this secret of the highest, Therefore write all these things that thou hast seen in a book and hide them. How you hide some in the book, man? Well, you hide to understand, right? We fell away from our heritage. Yahweh Shah had to raise up great men, starting with all of business, man. All right? To give understanding according to this word. Because you had so-called Old Testament Israelites, man. But Abba Bivens actually gave the New Testament through the spirit of your power, Yahweh Shah, for us to understand, man. Right? Who was John the Baptist? Right? Who was Elijah? Right? And you got guys out there saying John the Baptist wasn't in the truth, man. How short-sighted and how blasphemous is that, man? Right? So how do you hide these things in the book? Well, you have to understand it, right? It says, therefore write all these things that thou hast seen in a book and hide them and teach them to the wise of the people, whose heart thou knowest may comprehend and keep these secrets. See that? Whose mind. That word heart goes back to the Hebrew word la, right? Which is your mind. Who can understand these things and teach them to the wise of the people, man. All right? We just read that in Daniel. Read that in 2nd Ezra several times, man. All right? This is how Yahweh Shah is speaking through the men. All right? He's speaking through his prophets like always. All right? Let's get something and close it out. All right? Let's go to the book of Matthew. This is the book of Matthew, because you look, man, how many times the Lord gonna grant us to be out here, man? It's not gonna be many more times, man. They're locking down the whole nation, man. All right? This is Matthew 10 and verse 5. These 12 Yahweh Shah sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. The kingdom of heaven is at hand, man. All right? I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakar Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much respect to the brothers laboring worldwide. And a hearty shalom and salutations to the believers out there who's believing on the words of Yahweh Shai in truth and sincerity. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found, man. Call upon him while he is near. Shalom.